All right, guys, welcome to this episode at Prime Success Focus Sport Academy. And today I'm going to be answering another most asked question about inline skate. Is it important to wear helmet while you are skating, or is it necessary, or is it compulsory you wear helmet while you are skating? The short answer is yes. It is very necessary, very compulsory, and very important for you to wear skate. Not because of me, or not because of any rules and regulation, but because of yourself. Yes, you could see a lot of skater out there while they are skating, they they don't take their safety important. They just feel like, okay, let me just wear my pickup, my head warmer. In fact, some people, some skaters skate to the extent that because of their headset, they want to listen to music. You know, you can't put your headset at the same time use your helmet. It's almost impossible. The chances of you doing that is almost impossible. So they feel like they choose their headset over helmet. That is very, very wrong for any skater out there choosing to use their headset instead of helmet. Now, what are the importance of this helmet? This helmet is one of the major things that keep you in this system of skating or most of other exercise like cycling, like biking and every other aspect of sport that has to do with helmet. Now, some people might see that it's just this little thing. Why do I have to strap it over my head always? Why do I have to use it? Yes, it is very important to use this, like you can see, and I've always been talking about it. This element always prevents you from injury because the moment you have a very terrible fall, you have a very terrible fall, and you hit your head on something. Most especially, maybe you are skating close to the caps like this, and you know when you fall, when you fall down in a place like this, your head will surely hit something above the ground level like this. Your head will always hit something above the ground level. So it is very important to do that. And I have seen in several scenarios where you'll be skating and maybe a car or something. Like for example, there was a day I was skating. I was just skating on my way, not even on a highway, on a very safe way like this, and there was a car parked. There was a car park, and the moment I'm on a very high speed because I see a normal road like this. So on the end, getting to the end of the road, suddenly the person opened the door and I was hit with the door. So the moment I hit the ground, I hit my back head. Wow, everywhere go dark. Like everywhere go dark at first. When I stand up, I fractured my arm and I look at my helmet. Everywhere here was scratch, like a very big scratch on it. So in that scenario where I'm with my helmet and I hit my head on the floor, like on the asphalt like this, and everywhere go dark. Now imagine I was not with helmet. Imagine what could have happened if I was not with my helmet on that very day. So it is always important because if you think that you are being careful on the way, there are a lot of people who drive recklessly. There are a lot of things that can happen unexpectedly like that on the way. So this helmet is one of the major things that we keep you alive, keep you safe, keep you in the system because the moment you fall and injure your head so badly, you know the consequence of injuring your head badly. And one more thing again, there are a lot of skaters who are fond of doing this thing that I do, this very thing. Some people feel like okay, it's normal for you to do this and do it, maybe it's a freestyle to them or something. So when you put your helmet on your head, the best thing is for you to strap it because if you don't strap it with this and make sure if your size not oversized that you see if like I put it oversized, it can still go off my chin. You can still you can still go off my chin. Maybe something might still happen and you see it's off. So it is not a best practice in that way. That is not a best practice. So when you are straddling it, you make sure it's, it's your size. You see, nothing can take it off my head. Even if I fall, I not something, I accidentally fall or something, it's always on my head and my head is 100% protected. So, but in the case whereby you just put it on your head and maybe you are skating and suddenly something happens, you see, it's off your head and your head is no longer protected. It's off your head and your head is no longer protected. So, the best practice is for you to use your helmet. So, while you use your helmet and describe it, but nevertheless, there are still some couple of activities that you can do on stage that does not really require you using your helmet. But the best practice of skating is for you to use your helmet. But there are still some activity like when you are doing your slalom. Your slalom does not require you to jump, to run. It's just a normal freestyle, normal maneuvering to just maneuver your cone and do things like that. So it's not always really important for you to use your helmet while you are doing your um coning, or you call it slalom, maybe it's a freestyle or speed slalom or anything like that. But the most important thing is for you to practice your skating on a very safe place. So that is my short answer to those that are asking that is it important to use your helmet while skating. And another thing is for you to choose the best helmet. Yes, choosing the best helmet. There are a lot of activity in skating. You see, like this helmet now is not always advisable for you to buy aggressive helmets like this for maybe speed skating. You see, the helmet for speed skating is while you are doing your speed skating, you are going a very long distance. You are going a very long distance from 21 kilometer to 42 kilometer, maybe half or full marathon, depending on what you practice. So it's not always advisable for you to buy helmet that covers your head like this. You see, while you're doing your aggressive activity, maybe from free jump, from any kind of jump, from slalom and every other activity, other remaining activity, it is very easy for you to always take your helmet and feel like, okay, there is no hair coming into your head, you need fresh air. But for those of you that will be going for a very long distance in the marathon or on the track, this helmet is not recommended for you because you don't have enough fresh hair and you have a very long journey to cover. So it is always necessary for you to have a helmet that is well ventilated than something like this. So that is another thing that you need to consider while you are buying your helmet or when you are shopping for your helmet. I don't know. So another thing is when you put your helmet on your head, you can see this stripe right here. You have to buckle it to the sides of your head. You can see it's adjustable. So even when you put this and you stripe this, it might not still feel comfortable and it will be ogling around on your head. You can see even while you skate, it will be moving around. So this is not a best practice. It is not a best practice. So you have to adjust it to your normal size. So let me adjust this to my normal size. So let's see. This is not still okay for me. So let me adjust it small. So you can see. So when I strike this and so you see this is okay now. So you can now do your skating, turning, maneuver, and every other thing. So these are the way that you can use to do your helmet. And one thing that we talked lastly about the helmet. Whenever you finish your skating, you will have sweat inside your helmet, and you might not be chance to wash your helmet every day or have the proper time to wash it. The best practice for a helmet is to put it like this and sun it a little bit, put it in the sun for it to dry. After it dry, always keep your helmet in a well ventilated place so that at the end of the day, the sweat will not damage all these layers on time, and at the same time to avoid it smelling and you know to just be on the safe side. Always put your helmet in the sun for it to dry after you skate. So make sure you watch our other videos tutorial to improve and the best practice when it comes to skate. Thank you for your love and support. This is your favorite coach, Abdulgafar Alabi from Prime Success Focus Sport Academy, Abuja. See you in our next video. Thank you.